Hello, everyone. Welcome to Alphawisdom. Welcome back. I'm back. I hope your 3 weeks off was very pleasing for you, maybe productive. All right, in any event, we're back to where were before, and we're going to be talking about the hand and the lines on the hand, or what's going on in the hand. It's like we're putting all the information we've covered together and getting perhaps a better understanding. So if you're on the brink, on the brink of becoming a reader yourself, then it'll help you get a little more organized internally or mentally, I should say. Okay? Over a period of, I'd say, more than 5 centuries, we have palmistry has evolved to a point where we have now a reliable system. So no longer will be using older terms. I've been working with you on one of them, and that's the simian. That was the name accepted because they couldn't find a better name. But now that is fading out slowly but surely, and it will be given its correct name. Okay? And speaking of simian, I heard from many of you through your messages to me, and you were talking about it. You thanked me for giving you a better understanding, or one that you could accept, of course. And I really appreciate that. We'll be talking about simian more, but for now, we're covering something else. I welcome all the new subscribers. Thank you for finding us. We were hoping, at least I was, and you found us. So share, let others know. This is a teaching channel where you learn to read, to understand better, and perhaps, just maybe, you will become a palmist yourselves. Okay? And the other question was, read my palms. At this point, the answer is no. There will be no reading from me. This is a teaching channel. Now, I don't know whether it will, I feel it won't continue like this in the future, but let's just be patient, learn all we can, and when I feel you've reached that point and we have more subscribers, then I'm more open to that question. Okay? Now, it's time for us to get started. We're talking about the lines, important details that I feel you need to know and to understand. Okay? Now, as usual, I give you a check sheet that you can follow. And as we see on this side, this is your guide. And this is where we'll start. But let's take a look at the guide so we're all clear. Now on this guide, it's telling you, ideally, lines should be clear and well defined and have color complementing that of the skin, whatever our racial heritage may be. The line's depth, width, number of lines, and fine formations should determine an answer that you may need. Okay, below that will be answers. There's more of the answer, but I give you an idea here that we're going to be covering from this side. Okay, so here's the first one, and as we see, it's a photo of a hand. It's really like a drawing. All right, and there are labels for everything. You see, there are planetary names for the fingers. Apollo, this is Mercury, this is Saturn, Jupiter. Many times, to save time, of course, and for people who may be just coming into the channel, this is, of course, the index finger. I will be saying Jupiter more. I'll still say index, though. Saturn, of course, is your middle finger. Apollo, your ring finger. Ring finger. Mercury, your little finger. Okay? And the flesh just below that takes on the name of the finger. Now let's peep at the lines. We start here. We have the girdle of Venus. We're trying to name in this example all the parts that are visible. Sometimes this is raised, sometimes it's not. It does not change the name, okay? Now, here we have this side of the palm. This is called the percussive side. And intuition, sometimes it's called spirit line. That means this person's very intuitive, psychic, strong. And this line is the fate line, but it's under the Saturn finger or middle finger. So it takes on the name of that planetary name. Fate line becomes Saturn line. So in many books, you'll see this referred to as Saturn line. So just be aware of that. Of course, this is the lifeline. Lifeline. Okay? Now, this line here, these lines, you may have 2 or lines right across this area, or you may have 3. I don't think you'll have 4. You may have a part or little pieces of a line. Okay. There were many names for this. And one was each line represents 25 years, how long you're going to live. That's a little questionable. So I'll be talking about it, but just beware, don't bank on it. Because as I said, palmistry is constantly reviving itself and moving on to a better answer, better reasoning. And here is the family ring. Family ring. Okay. All right. So we've seen that. I've covered all of those. So let's go on to what I have for you. Now we have one example here. On your sheet, it says splintering and splitting. Here's an example of splitting or splintering. Those names are used interchangeably. So you might see it as splitting, or you might see it as splintering, okay? Here's when you have a line coming through, it stops, and it continues way down here. What is going on when that happens? Dissipates strength and focus. Here you have this, the line is dissipated. Something has happened, okay? This line is like the support line. It's usually short. It takes up the area time, the amount of line that it's needed for that person. And here it continues. Like here, it continues here. This is not going to continue. Once in a while it might. This is just there for a problem that's taken care. When the line comes after again, then the problem has been solved. So it's not needed. So what would happen, the line may disappear or fade away, or if it's well pronounced, you'll find it's less pronounced. Okay, let's find out what the rest of it means. In some cases, a split indicates a change or a new phase in the person's life. So its existence is not necessarily a negative sign. That's good. That's saving the person, helping the person out with that energy, which boils down to your health. Okay, let's go on to one more. All right, this one is lines of influence. Now, I introduced this to you. It always is inside of the lifeline, influence, okay? But sometimes, since we're going further, more details, that line may go out, extend out. And here's another one. So I have 2 examples so you can see it could be short or it could be long. All right, but it always starts inside, stays inside, or goes outside. Okay, it has to do with physical and emotional events. Okay, physical and emotional events. These are always small lines which cross and run parallel to the major lines. They signify physical or emotional events that affect the person's life, like winning the lottery or a death of a parent or a life partner. It's something strong, magnificent, and it's a tough thing to handle. especially if it has to do with death or something of that nature. Okay? Well, that's it for today. We will continue tomorrow. I purposely did not do a 12 a.m. video. I'm preparing it now, and it's Eastern Standard Time, and it's about 5:15. So I'll post it immediately, so you'll get it on Tuesday. And I will do another one again, so you're back to the same old schedule. All right? Well, it's wonderful coming back again. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome to everybody. Glad everybody's together. Remember to love yourself. So important. Take care of yourself. Love and light. Bye.